Hi, my name is Amy Darville from Holistic Nursing Solutions. Today we're going to talk about bowel and bladder. There are two types of neurogenic bowels depending on the level of injury. You have a lower motor neuron and an upper motor neuron. At a glance, with managing your bowels, we really need to take into consideration your diet, fluid and hygiene needs, manual removal or digital stimulation in conjunction with oral stimulants.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
You may have seen me before at a show if I snap my neck.
I think she had that recorded down. Did you get that video from you?
What level
Yeah.
are you?
C45.
C45, complete, incomplete.
Let's say complete.
Uh-huh.
Close enough.
Do you understand what a neurogenic bowel is? Did you know you had a neurogenic bowel?
I've never heard those words in my life.
You haven't?
What does that mean to me?
It just that your bowel doesn't work like it used to do, so it's kind of gone to sleep. And you no longer have a peristaltic movement anymore, and we need to aid in that, and that's why we train you to have bowel care every morning or every second day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. What's are there many options when it comes to bowel care that I can look at, or?
There are lots of options. Yeah, absolutely. How do you manage them at the moment?
Usually with enemas at the moment.
Enemas, okay. There's lots of options with enemas, but with managing your bowels, it's really important about fluid and hydration.
Yep.
So how much do you drink?
Usually 2 to 3 liters a day.
Okay. It's really important. Do you ever look at the consistency of your urine?
Yeah, all the time. I'm just kind of trying to keep it that nice straw colours all everyone likes to talk about.
Do you find you hold on to fluid during the day and you dump fluid in the afternoon?
Not that I'm really aware of.
Yeah.
Not that I've really paid attention to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't really.
It's amazing when you look into the depth of hydration and fluid. It really comes down to the type of water that you're having, and you can add actual things to water such as minerals and salts to help with the hydration process, which helps with elimination. When establishing goals following a spinal cord injury, it's recommended using a minimal of physical and pharmaceutical interventions to achieve bowel emptying. We also want to prevent bowel accidents, constipation, dysreflexia, and other complications such as hemorrhoids. You can manage your bowels through fluid
And the right nutrition.
and the right nutrition, yeah, absolutely. Nutrition and hydration have a greater impact than you may think. Even though you drink 2 to 3 litres of water, sometimes water can dehydrate you. So understanding where the water is sourced and whether there are the adequate electrolytes and minerals within that water is really important to investigate further. So there are lots of other options to manage your bowels apart from having enemas. You can do it through diet, but there are other options such as anal irrigation. So it's more of a natural process where you insert water up through the bowel, and it assists with creating that natural process of a peristaltic movement.
Yep.
And guarantees and improves confidence with emptying your bowel, because a lot of people have issues with having bowel accidents or just gained greater anxieties through the day.
Yeah.
Fearful that they are going to have an accident. So knowing that your lower bowel is empty helps you gain access into the community confidently.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what we all want.
Yeah. So if your bowels are taking longer than 30 minutes, it's really recommended that you have a bowel assessment just to see whether we can wake your bowel up and
Yep.
get things moving. And once we get the bowel moving a little bit more, you have a second brain in your gut that talks to your brain. And what we've found is when we wake up your bowel, you wake up yourself. So you
wow.
find that you have a lot more mental alertness and
Yep.
concentration through the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Stop staring at me like that.
So much fun. So there's a new product that uses rectal catheters and water. You squeeze it up your ass and then
So you know more. God.
hot tips for anyone.
So some tips to naturally help with bowel elimination is just to monitor your fibre intake. Good fats such as coconut oil can be really helpful with the lubrication of your stool in passing, and obviously hydration.
I love coconut water.
And you can have fun. Coconut oil.
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 I drink by the teaspoon.
Do?
No.
That's what you should do.
Really?
Yeah. But also, do you eat before you do your bowels?
No, not at all.
It's really important that you do, even if you have a warm drink, because that encourages the peristaltic movement or wakes up the bowel to
Yeah,
get moving.
yeah, I probably should take care of that one. I did hear that every day in hospital. That I should eat. Or what you gonna do?
Another tip is download the Bristol stool chart if you didn't get one at discharge, and just monitor your bowels each day. Keep a diary. If you haven't had a good result, which is normally a type 3 or 4, over 2 consecutive days, it's recommended that you should get in contact with a continence nurse just to review it. A lot of the time we get people contacting us 5 or 7 days down the track, and they become very fecally impacted. So to prevent issues like that, call earlier.
Stay hydrated.
Drink plenty of water. Eat good food.
You know,
Don't shoot yourself.
how long does it take in all seriousness?
In all seriousness, probably like half an hour.
Okay, so you've got to keep, you have it awake already,
Yeah.
which is good. How long have you been
I'm nearly 3 years.
3 years, okay. So what we find is after 3 years, as you become more established, your bowel does fall asleep. So it's really important to stay in check with your bowels.
Yeah.
Because they will start turning off, and you do start getting. You are filming. Like I call it within the clouds of the colon. If it goes to sleep, that's where all the bacteria and sometimes worms and stuff
Yeah.
sit. So we've got to make sure that we're eliminating it properly, and that's where water irrigation can come in
Yeah.
and
Big help.
help with
Yeah.
better
Awesome.
functionality.
Sweet.
Yeah. My greatest concerns with bowels that take longer than 30 minutes is tissue deformation. So when you're sitting on a commode, the commodes don't have padding on it, and your cellular structure squashes down. So over time, if you're having this for 30 minutes every day, you're going to have tissue deformation that in time can incur a pressure injury. And in my experience, commodes cause a lot of pressure injuries. So when we go in to do an assessment, a lot of the time it's the bowel regime that causes the pressure injury. So we need to change the bowel regime.
Yeah.
Like bowels, there are many types of neurogenic bladders. Understanding your bladder is really important to reduce long-term complications. Regardless of how you manage your bladder, it's recommended you prevent urinary tract. Protect urinary tract from high filling voiding pressures. Achieve regular bladder emptying. Prevent complications such as UTIs, stones, strictures, and dysreflexia. Choose a technique that is compatible with your lifestyle. There are hundreds of products on the market, and it can be really confusing, so seek support when trialing.
Thanks, Amy. You've been such a help.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So bad.